Alright, let's look at the homework 7.5, 7.6, problem number 14. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and use the hint. So we want to maximize this volume, x times y times z, subject to 3xy plus 2xz plus 2yz equals 1296. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we have f of x, so this is going to be our f of x right here. F of x comma y comma z, right? Then we need to rewrite this equation, so I'm going to just subtract 1296. So we have 3xy plus 2xz plus 2yz minus 1296 is equal to 0. Alright, so this is our g of x, g of x comma y comma z. Right, so that's right here. Alright, so let's formulate capital F. So capital F is going to be simply F, so x times y times z, minus lambda times 3xy plus 2xz plus 2yz minus 1296, right? So partial with respect to x is going to be yz, right, minus lambda, right, partial with respect to x, 3y, with respect to x, 2z, and 0 and 0. So set that equal to 0, right? Partial of the capital F with respect to y would be xz minus lambda with respect to y, so 3x with respect to y 0, it's going to be 2z equal to 0. And a partial of z, f with respect to z would be xy minus lambda. Alright, so that's 0, that's going to be 2x plus, that's going to be 2y, and 0, so it's equal to 0. Partial of f with respect to lambda is going to be just the same thing as that, so it's that's a negative 3xy plus 2xz plus 2yz minus 1296, this is equal to 0, right? But this is going to just give you exactly the same thing as that, so I'm going to just write the 3xy plus 2xz plus 2yz is equal to 1296, right? So let's try to solve this. Alright, so here I'm going to solve for lambda, so this is going to be, right, so you can see that the lambda is equal to this guy divided by that, so it's yz over 3y plus 2z, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this guy, kind of ugly, into here, in the second equation, right? So this is going to give us, right, so xz is still there, right, minus, right, then the denominator is 3y plus 2z, right? Then you have, let's see, 3x times yz would be 3xyz, right? Then 2z times that is going to be plus 2yz squared, right? And this is equal to 0, right? Take the common denominator. We're going to get, so take the common denominator, which is 3y plus 2z, right? Then let's see, multiply by that. So multiply xz by 3y plus 2z would be 3xyz plus 2xz squared minus 3xyz minus 2yz squared, right? This is equal to 0, right? Then you can see that we can cancel out 3xyz and 3xyz, and we just need to set the numerator equal to 0, right? And since both has 2, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel 2 and cancel 2. All right, then z squared is in common. So here z squared is in common, so I pull it out. So this is going to give us, all right, so z squared x minus y equals 0, right? But since we're trying to maximize this volume, we don't want z to be 0, so the only possibility is x equals y, so y equals x. Right, so we have that. All right, then here we do the same thing. We're going to actually just plug this guy right here. All right, so you're going to get xy, right, minus, right, multiply it out. So denominator is 3y plus 2z, right? Then so it's going to be 2x times that, so negative 2xyz, and you have a 2y. Oh, let's see. Oh, actually, negative is already here, so sorry about that. So we don't need that. All right, then you got 2y times yz, so it's going to plus 2y squared z. All right, then this is equal to 0. And take the common denominator. Let's see, I'm going to go down here. I'm running out of room. All right, so take the common denominator. So you have 3y plus 2z. All right, then you have, let's see, 3y times xy would be 3xy squared. All right, xy times 2z would be plus 2xyz, right, minus 2xyz minus 2y squared z. Right, then we can cancel out. Let's see, 2xyz minus 2xyz. Right, so 2 and let's see, so this is going to be here. Right, so this is going to be 0. So we want the numerator to be 0, but y squared is in common. So we can write it as y squared factored out 3x minus 2z equals 0. All right. So since we don't want y to be 0 because that's not going to maximize the volume, so we have to make sure that this guy is equal to 0, which means that z is equal to 3x over 2. 3 over 2x. All right. Then what we're going to do is we have this expression. Y is x and the z is 3/2 x. I'm going to plug those guys into this equation. All right. So you're going to get the 3x and y is x. So it's going to be 3x squared. Right. And here plus 2x times z. Z is 3 over 2x. So 2 cancel out. 3x squared, so it's going to be 3x squared, right? This guy, 2y, y is the same thing as x, so 2x times that is actually another 3x squared, and which is equal to 9x squared, is equal to 1,296. Right? Divide through by 9. X squared is equal to, divide by 9, so that's going to be 1. And so 39, so it's going to be 4. And 4 times 9 is 36, so 36 again, so it's a 144. Then we can just take the square root of both sides to get the x equals, and let's see, plus or minus 12, right? But since we don't want the negative length, it's going to be a positive 12, right? Which means that the y is going to be the same as x, so it's going to be 12, right? Z is 3/2 times 12, so it's going to be 6 times 3, so that's 18, right? So Z is equal to 18, right? So let's type that in. All right, so X is, what was it, 12, and Y is the same value, and Z is just 18, right? So let's check the answer. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.